Hey everybody, welcome to Neil Talks. My name's Neil and it's time to talk Taskmaster New Zealand. We're already 4 episodes in, about to jump into the 5th. That's halfway. I'm having a lot of fun with this one, and I know when I'm recording this at least, which is before it's come out on YouTube for any of you to react to. I've heard some comments that people weren't thrilled with this season. I'm not sure why. I'm really digging it. I think it's a great cast. I feel like Jeremy's really evolved as a Taskmaster. I'm digging him a lot more than I did last season, season 2. Paul is his usual stellar self, and the tasks are a ton of fun. So, I mean, by all means, let me know what you don't like about this season, but I'm not seeing it. I'm having a great time. I hope most of you are too. Sometimes it's just a really vocal minority. I don't know. But in any case, there's not much point in having a big preamble to one of these episodes. There's no way of predicting what's about to happen. There's no major cliffhangers from the end of last episode. So let's just jump into it, guys. This is episode 5 of season 3 of Taskmaster New Zealand.
As soon as you enter this area, all bets are off, and I officially become the Taskmaster.
Remember that, Justine.
I've had the pleasure of putting together a peculiar yet playful gaggle of problem solvers, all hoping to procure the prized possession of my princely pate. Those playful, participating pranksters are...
Somebody sure had some fun with alliteration in the writer's room this time.
It's my assistant, Paul Williams!
What is he doing with the ice cream cones?
It's our 25th episode.
Wow.
So to celebrate, I got us some ice cream. It melted slightly.
Yeah.
Well, I'll have 2. Everyone has been asked to bring in their worst investment.
Oh boy. 1,000 shares of pets.com.
Investments?
It's stressing me out.
really-
I just want to clean your fucking hands. I can't.
Well, my worst investment was something that I bought thinking this is high-end tech. I'm going to have this for a long time.
Laser
I
display?
bought 2 of these wired portable speakers that plug into a phone. Best thing is, iPhone never changed their connector, which was great. And then they never invented anything called Bluetooth, thank goodness. On the bright side, the sound is really shit. So...
This is the worst investment?
Oh, yeah, I've made heaps of really cool decisions. Like coming on this show.
Cost me a lot of money, $32,000. Don't have a hell of a lot to show for it. No one's ever asked me to see it. It is my degree in performing arts.
So does the winner of this prize get to take over your role on Shortland Street?
Sure, they can have it. It's a piece of piss.
And I have a plastic bag from Decca.
Wow.
I called a local antiques dealer and got it valued, and she told me it was worthless.
A pack and save plastic bag was bought for $52 on Trade Me.
Fuck this antique dealer. They lied to me.
Yeah.
I went through a brief period of thinking that I was going to be a ventriloquist. And so I invested in a little puppet of myself.
Hold on. That is a puppet of you.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It cost me about $300 or $400 to have it made.
They got the skin tone right, though.
We went to these birthing seminars and they made all these suggestions like take a Swiss ball, food, changes of clothing. So as a dutiful husband, I carried all that in a backpack into the birthing clinic. My wife didn't help at all. Turns out that they've got all that stuff. People say you should invest in your children, but I say don't bother.
For taking Tuna into a birthing suite, I'm going to give you 1 point.
Oh.
Paul, 4 points for you. That is a completely useless investment. And 5
Thank you.
points to you, Justine. That horrific puppet.
Yeah, fair enough.
Out in first with 70 points, Josh Thomson.
Well, the rest of the field's pretty tightly packed there.
Throw water the furthest.
Furthest.
Does the water have to stay in here? Are you going to
All
say
the information you
which is on
need
the
is in the
task?
task, yeah.
So no.
When your girlfriend goes, do you want to go out for dinner? Do you just go, all the information's on the task?
Yeah.
You're not allowed to have a girlfriend. Doesn't work like that.
Sorry, I'll break up with her after the show.
You just need to put it in a ball-shaped object, something suitable for throwing.
I'm going to throw it off the roof. But is there something better?
Off the roof.
I'm thinking height.
I've got an idea.
Does using a slingshot count as throwing? I don't think it does.
The ladder, where's
But-
the shed?
Here's what I'm thinking.
Where's the
We'll
shed?
throw it into the water, and then the water will carry it further.
Why are you still using the bowl? Nothing said you had to throw the bowl. It's just gonna sink. Yeah. Now how far has it gone?
I don't think it quite got over the fence.
The fence is wet, is it?
No. So where should I measure to?
Well, probably wherever the river finishes. 'Cause
Is Chris's gonna count? Because if it does, it's good distance.
Still be travelling now.
It's
Yeah.
out to sea.
I will say it's a lake.
It's a lake, yeah.
Oh, it's a lake.
I'm not the Taskmaster, but I'd say, oh, nailed it.
I did not know it was a lake.
From where he threw the water to the water,
No.
it was about 4.7 metres.
That's pretty far.
But I don't have to throw this bowl,
The bowl. No.
do I?
But if I filled something up with water and chucked that
Yeah. Exactly.
Apologies if this hits you.
Oh, we're just bucket throwing. Oh! You broke the bucket.
Is there balloons?
I found a ball that I'm going to throw.
Okay.
But I just got to tape it so that it doesn't come out when I biff it.
Come on,
Do you want me to measure that?
Josh.
Dame Val, this one's for you, girl.
Nice.
Valerie. Adams! That felt good. That felt good. Yes.
Still going. Yep.
So was it just some of the water?
It's just any water, right?
It's just water.
I don't
I
think it's
swear I've been gaslit.
Also, more than one attempt, you guys. That was smart.
Yeah, well, I didn't know.
That's why I like to go for runs when it's raining, because no one can see that you're crying.
That's the saddest moment in 3 seasons, isn't it? That there?
Not as sad as one guy with 2 ice creams.
So Josh threw his water a very impressive 27 metres and 16 centimetres.
Awesome, Josh.
Kura
Not
threw
bad.
hers a whopping 32 metres.
Yeah. So what did Paul do?
If I threw the water on myself and then I went a long distance, the water's still with me, right?
Yeah, but you haven't thrown it. You've run it.
I can just go for a 10-minute walk and be miles away.
So you've thrown it?
Yeah.
And if the Taskmaster says it doesn't count, what would you say to that?
Well, I'd say he's an idiot. Valid.
Oh, he doesn't
Okay.
like that.
Yeah. Don't play that bit where I said he's an idiot.
Okay.
He's a great guy. And you've got the distance?
So I'm going to measure that now and mark where you went to.
Okay. I mean, you could just put 300. It looks like...
Talk us through what you were thinking there exactly, Paul.
Well, first of all, I think you're a great guy. And
You could argue that you travelled the water at that point, but you then turned and walked back to the point where you first threw the water. Paul should get 0.
oh, man!
You went backwards.
2 points for Chris.
Yep.
3 for Justine. 4 for Josh.
Kuda's so excited. Is it really?
After throwing water 32 metres, 5 points to Kura Forrester.
It's the first one she's won. This is episode 5. That can't be right. Okay. Stored photos.
Make history. Most memorable and influential moment wins.
First gay man to go to the moon.
Has a gay man been to the moon?
They usually go to Uranus.
He's here all week, folks. Try the veal.
So I'm going to try and beat the world record for 50 metres in Crocs, and I'm going to run like Tom Cruise does. So much to
What
offer.
could go wrong? This is not going to be 7 seconds.
Yeah. Tom Cruise run.
Wow. It's history.
Just over 10 seconds.
Remarkable.
10:18.
Is that
10:18.
less than 7?
Maybe I could try ringing Jacinda.
Do you have her number?
Nah, but I've messaged
Prime
her
Minister?
on Instagram before. Here's some proof that we've texted each other before. Oh,
She texts back. Okay.
Thanks heaps. Kiss, kiss, kiss. Too much?
Maybe just 2.
Okay, I'm gonna send it. Send.
You've got 34 minutes.
She's probably in a cabinet meeting.
I could catch a goose. Maybe I could walk real far.
Well, you got 26 minutes.
Hi everyone, I'm Kura. This is my tribute to Whina Cooper and all those who have walked for a cause. What do we want? More love, more money, more time.
More time.
Like longer weekends.
Oh, okay.
5-day working weeks. No, wait.
No, we already got those.
Thank you, Kura.
No worries. Thanks, Paul.
No response from the PM. I'm blown away.
After that task, I went back and checked my phone and she'd gotten back to me. I was like, oh! I'm just filling the next season of Taskmaster. I was trying to get your advice on a good historical moment. You'll be pleased to know I went with a Whina Cooper reenactment. She writes, ha, good call. You're amongst the few people who could pull that off, I suspect.
Okay.
We've seen Paul Ego sprint 50 metres, and we've seen Kura go for a walk in the yard.
I have no idea what I'd do for this task.
Look at that mighty huge rocket ship. 6 months in there alone, just you and I. Things are gonna get intimate. Find your head. Look, Paul. Zero gravity. Hold on to your iPad.
How are things going in your personal life?
Not good.
Yeah, what's going on for you?
Just had to dump my girlfriend.
Right.
But don't fly away into outer space. Whoa.
More fun with a green screen.
One small step for man, one giant gay leap for gay men everywhere.
It's about bloody time.
I know.
All the videos that I've seen of people that have gone into space generally had some kind of helmet when they've walked on the moon, which is amazing. You didn't need that.
Oh, I had a helmet, didn't I? Have really injured myself many times. Gay leaping.
You ever seen a cow drive a car?
Mm-mm.
Shoot somebody?
And even if I had seen all of that, I hadn't seen it with a duck on the roof.
Yeah, that's...
All right. I don't feel like we're lined up. This cow's not a great driver. Yeah! So, that's the second woman Josh has broken in half on this show.
Don't mess with the bovine, pussy lady!
Again. This is starting to look bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, there's only a woman mannequin in the shed. So, if anything, you're making me be sexist. It might not be a woman. It could be a guy with tits. We don't know.
I'm right here, mate.
There's often a wheelchair as well.
Yeah. Well, that's what inclusivity's about. Guys, let's join... Why are you leaning away? Okay.
It's 1893 here in New Zealand. It's not a good time to be a woman here in the country because of the white oppressor such as this. So I'm going to make a stand. I'm going to take off this corset. It's 1893. I've got a corset on. Remember, it's not doing a very good job at the moment, but, you know. Take that, oppressor.
More fan.
The idea of the task was to create history.
Sure.
Not to rewrite history, not...
Or recreate history.
I wasn't really alive in 1893.
Neither was I, believe it or not. But the thing, you're a scapegoat, and you're definitely not an idiot.
Okay, I've got to try and score this somehow. I think, Chris, you made history.
Right.
First gay man on the moon, 5 points for you.
Brilliant.
First man to run 50 metres in a pair of Crocs in under 11 seconds. That is history.
Thank you.
Josh Thomson, I will give you 1 point.
It was the cow. I'm not in control of him. He's insane.
And then you guys, I'll give 2 points.
He's a mad
each.
cow.
Yes! The Prime Minister thanks you.
Touch the cow. This cow?
Yes, please.
The first person to touch the cow will be disqualified.
The second person will come
Oh.
third.
The third person will come second.
The fifth person will come fourth.
The fourth person will win.
I love it.
So I need 4 other people. So can I use these guys here?
No. It's the other contestants.
You're not the only person doing these tasks.
Oh, I see.
You understand that, Paul?
So you want to be fourth.
I'm going to wait for
You
a
definitely don't want to be first.
How long are you going to wait for?
No one's going to touch it straight away, are they? So people are just going to hang out.
Did someone go nuts, though, and wait all day?
Not actually touching you, though.
Whoa, careful.
Not actually touching.
When were you touched?
Who touched you?
You show me where.
How long have I been? That's
You've
what I
been
meant.
1 minute, 26 seconds.
I go grab a book.
I might see how I feel.
How many points if you're last?
Band.
Yeah, which I know is 7
can't
minutes,
rewind.
but I want to call it 660.
Are you touching it?
No, I'm thinking about touching it, Paul.
All right. Not a lot of patience there.
Yeah, Justine touched the cow in 3 minutes and 37 seconds. Could have touched the cow bang on 10 minutes.
Whoa.
Okay, okay.
So all I
What
have
if
to
you
do
just
is
touched
touch
it at the end
cow
of your
and then
workday?
hope that I'm the fourth person.
Well, yes.
Oh, unless someone had a meltdown and just sort of touched the cow and then touched it.
Yeah,
I touched the cow.
I think Paul Lego would have touched it straight away.
yeah.
Josh, I think, will be a slow and methodical toucher. Although he does panic under pressure.
Not the cow. Oh, good. I was about to touch the cow. Wow. I'm starting to it's making me very anxious.
What the heck, Josh?
Is this a real...
Go away, Josh.
It's a shame, really, because touching a cow is really good for your mental health.
Oh, I feel better.
You're breaking a lot of things right now.
Yeah, well, I mean, okay. I don't understand. I mean, yeah, I am.
You went in for a quick touch there, Paul. Are you normally that quick to touch?
I'm not answering that. There could be cows in the audience.
Josh, would you say that you normally panic under pressure?
Not me. I'm a real chilled out guy.
How long did Paul take to touch?
12
So
seconds.
Paul touched the cow in 101 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Josh touched the cow in 26 minutes and 35 seconds.
26 minutes.
Okay, so I can see Chris being really patient.
Touch the cow.
No!
The person who touched the cow will be disqualified. I
Oh,
reckon I lost that one.
oh, Chris. Well, Kura wins.
Thank you, Chris.
Well, I was wrong.
So I'd love to know who touched the cow first.
Okay. Sorry, I just need to crunch the numbers. Chris touched it with a speedy time of 1.6 seconds after he began reading the task.
That's remarkable.
0 points for Chris for being disqualified, 4 points for Justine for touching it third, and touching the cow fourth and receiving 5 points, Kura Forrester.
I feel like I would have definitely come fifth in that task. I feel like I would have thought somebody else would be going just as long as me, and I'd end up going a couple hours at least.
Oh my gosh, as long as it's one of us.
Neither of the women have won yet, have they?
End up with the most duck-filled bucket. Peek inside your bucket and say aloud the number of ducks within. You do not have to tell the truth. You will all have one turn each to either keep your bucket or swap with another player.
Oh, cool. Ducks in buckets. But you can lie.
There are 4 ducks in my bucket.
12.
There are 5 ducks in my bucket.
There are 6 ducks in my bucket.
There am 1 ducks in my bucket.
There am 1 ducks.
I would like to swap.
Who would you like to swap with?
Josh.
How many ducks are in your new bucket?
3.
Josh Thomson,
Is
how
that
many ducks
real?
are there in your new bucket?
12.
I like Josh's strategy.
Your bucket of 12 ducks, or would you like to swap?
I would like to keep mine, please.
I'd like to swap my bucket with Kura.
I think I'm going to have a heart attack.
There's 7 ducks in my new bucket.
Lucky. There are 5 ducks in my new bucket. I would like to keep my current bucket of ducks.
Paul Ego.
Yeah, I've actually been asleep for the last couple of minutes. I would like to swap my bucket, please, with Chris Parker.
I don't even want to look. Ah, fuck.
Sorry, Chris.
Might not have been clear, but that was 1 duck.
2 ducks.
2 ducks.
I have 3 ducks.
4 ducks, for Kura Forrester. And Paul Ego...
He doesn't even know what we're playing.
He's got 5 ducks.
I'm so glad I swapped.
5 ducks.
Well done, you duckers.
So they all ended up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I like that one. That's ducks and buckets.
That means the winner of episode 5 with 18 points, Kura Forrester.
Congratulations, Kura. You can go ahead and grab your bad investment. That wraps up this episode. We'll see you next week. Paul Mario, good night.
Well, congrats to Kura. That's 4 different contestants winning episodes in just the first 5 episodes. That bodes well. Justine still needs to join the club, but everybody else has 1. Josh has 2. Although you wouldn't know it by this episode. He kind of pooped the bed a couple of times, I feel. I really like the final task. I think that's a really clever game design that doesn't take too long to play, and obviously there are time constraints for the final task in the New Zealand version, so you need to come up with something that could be played pretty quickly, or at least aired pretty quickly. And this was a good solve. I liked it. There's all sorts of mental gymnastics going on, and figuring out who's lying and in what way, etc., etc. I think the smarter thing, if you are going to lie, is not lie big. And that was Josh's mistake, saying there were 12. Because I don't think you could fit 12 ducks in a bucket. But you're also drawing attention to your high number. And wouldn't you want to discourage people from picking your bucket? Unless you had... Well, I guess you want people to take it if you've got a really low number, but if you've got 5, you don't know that that's a high number yet. But if the bucket looks full, I don't think you exaggerate even more. If you've got 5 in there, I think your instinct has to be, this is probably on the high end, therefore I should misrepresent on the low end and say I've only got 1 or 2. Maybe. I don't know. But then the person, like if you say you've only got 1, then the person who only has 1 will know that you're lying. Unless they're assuming that everyone has a different number of ducks, which would be a rational assumption because you want everyone to have different scores at the end of the task. Game theory, man. I love game theory, and that's straight game theory, that task. Love it. Throwing the water... I love, because there's a simple... I'm not even sure it counts as lateral thinking. It's just reading the task carefully. Throw water as far as you can. It doesn't say throw this water. It doesn't say throw this fish bowl. It just says throw water as far as you can. And so, yeah, you put it in something that's good and throwable. Easy. And then it just comes down to physical ability and... the correct choice of throwing object, and Kura totally deserved that one. She chucked that ball 100 feet. Good for her. New Zealand has done this type of task a couple of times where they... Well, no, let's do the prize task first. Let's get that out of the way. Worst investment ever. I feel that's a different category than worst purchase ever. So I'm not sure I'd call Paul's speakers an investment. I would absolutely call Justine's horrible ventriloquist doll a bad investment because she was investing in her act. I get that. I was hoping someone would come in with like worthless shares of some defunct company or other, 1,000 shares of Blockbuster or whatever. But, that's wishful thinking. Now let's get into the actual house tasks. New Zealand's done this a couple of times, and these are never my favorite tasks. I mean, they haven't done this specific one yet, make history, but sometimes their tasks are a little too open-ended for my tastes. Too much room for creative freedom. And these also tend to be the tasks where at least a couple of the contestants start playing with green screen, and it just doesn't feel... I don't know. I feel like you need some constraints to the task to guide the competition a little bit. But I mean, I'm sure there's some of you who think they're some of the most fun tasks because they're pure creative freedom. You know, different strokes, different folks. I'd love to hear your opinion on that. Josh is chaotic, man. It's interesting because he's definitely proven his intelligence, and yet he's got this chaotic energy where he ends up like putting a cow in a minivan, strapping a lance on the outside, and bifurcating a female mannequin yet again. And it's not even particularly funny, so it's not like there's additional humor in the repetition or anything. It's just like, oh, that I mean, it's not egregious. It's not offensive or anything like that. It's just it's repetitive meh. I'm a little disappointed in him in that. Paul's was filmed well and built up well, but I don't think running 50 meters in Crocs in 10 plus seconds is any sort of making history. I'm not sure any, like, I suppose Chris should have won because he's the only one that I feel like actually did something that could be construed as making history, even if it was fantasy, even if it was the green screen and all the rest of it. It was at least following the rules of the task. None of the others really felt like that's what they were doing. They were recreating history, or they were paying homage to history, or they were just running 50 meters or being chaotic. But none of it felt in the spirit of the task. And I feel like maybe not all the blame goes on the contestants. Maybe the task itself is a little too open-ended and hard to properly complete. I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that one. Normally the tasks on this show are really, really strong, and I don't feel like that one was designed well. It just felt too open-ended. But yeah, discuss. Touching the cow. This was very reminiscent of, there was a team task. I'm pretty sure it was the Judy Love series of the original Taskmaster, where they had to high-five Alex. And it was slightly different because it was a team task. So the ladies knew when the other two ladies had, because it was 3 women and 2 men in that series, if I remember correctly. So the women knew how the other 2 women did, so they knew their particular order, and the men knew who came first and second out of them, but no one knew how it all came together, the 5 of them, in what order. This one, nobody knows anything, which is a different wrinkle to it. So, first person gets disqualified, no points. Second person got 3 points. Third person got 4. Fourth person got 5. And the 5th person got 2. So, if you want to be logical about it and you want to give yourself the best odds, you want to err on the early side, but not too early. Obviously, you don't want to be first. So knowing the other contestants definitely helps. Is there a panicker? Is there somebody who misreads questions? Is there a Paul? Is there a Chris in the group? But assuming that there's not a lot of benefit in waiting too long, because you wait too long and suddenly you go from, like, your points go up, and then they drop right off down to 2. And so it's better to aim for being middle of the pack. It's better to be 3rd than 5th is kind of what I'm saying. And it's not even particularly close. It's better to be 2nd, 3rd, or 4th than 5th. So it's better to be 2nd or 3rd. So if you think somebody's going to screw up and hit the cow within the first couple of minutes, no point in waiting any longer than that. The bigger question is that what the designers of the task intended? Because I feel like what you really want is you want two people who were both waiting a ridiculously long amount of time because they don't want to be third. They want to be fourth, but they don't want to be fifth. Or something like that. Like, because you don't want to just make it a straight endurance contest where the person who waits the longest gets the most points. You want to make it more of a guessing game. Yeah, I don't know. If I'd taken more game theory in my mathematics studies, I'd have a better answer. Come on, you math nerds, tell me what the best strategy is here. I feel like it's better to aim for middle of the pack than to go for endurance. And what would be a better way to arrange the points to get a couple of people trying to really extend I don't know. Like, you need 3 people to say, I'm committing to a long wait here, and you don't want to be third and you don't want to be fifth. You want to be the second of those 3. That's hard. Still fun, though. And again, Josh, chaotic. Just he broke the plinth, he broke the chair, he broke the fence. Like, you half expected when he touched the cow that he was going to break it. But anyway. And then, yeah, the final task in studio was a lot of fun, really well designed, ducks in buckets. Again, my only constructive criticism of this show in general is I wish they dedicated more time to the final tasks so that we could build up the drama and the suspense a little bit more. Because I find some of the best moments of the original Taskmaster are these crazy final tasks with the live studio audience, where something that sounds ridiculously mundane becomes incredibly dramatic and exciting, and you need time and build up for that to occur. But I'm not sure there would be a way to do that with this task. This task was well designed for the time in question. Anyway, another fun episode. The best one of the season? No, but that's cool. They're not all going to be the best episode of the season. I'm having a lot of fun with this series. I'm looking forward to more. Next week, there will be a poll up, and you guys can help me decide what international season of Taskmaster I'll be reacting to next. I've received a lot of suggestions from all of you over the last couple of weeks. I'm really excited to see where it goes, what we're getting into next. So keep an eye out for that next week. And until then, everybody, take care, stay healthy. We'll see you soon. Cheers.